Like, that felt like such a mistake from G2. It is the champion that I would say that he shows the best up in the West.
Well, KC played against their sister team yesterday.
Sorry. Would KOI make the same mistake? Used to G2, of course, KOI versus G2. Good correction, but the question still remains. Are you really going to give KC support his best champ?
It's a great question. Varus going to be removed. Nico in response. I mean, Busio joining the league is such an exciting time. Jojo has risen in the ranks so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, the rate of his growth last year, at the beginning of winter, it felt like that he wasn't really contesting those top spots, but spring and summer, the man just became a monster. And then yesterday, I mean, low-key, he kind of made fun of Caps in the laning phase. Vladdy himself on the caster desk said that he thinks that Jojo is the best laner in the league right now. We see how Kyeahoo handles that pressure as the two meta junglers are removed as well. Both Jace and Malphite taken off the board. Now, of course, KOI did have right of first selection. They have picked first pick, but they will be on the red side because KC chose blue. So what will their last ban be? It's going to be the Orianna. Azir likely going to be the response from KC, which means we're going to be seeing another Ryze plus Taliyah matchup in the mid lane.
Classic.
Is the most likely. I mean, Jojo's Taliyah yesterday was scary. He was doing so much damage. He did get caught a couple times as we entered into the mid game.
It was solid enough.
But overall, again, his laning phase is really the thing that stands out to me as something that just sets him apart to the other mid laners that we have here in Europe.
But again, the 1-2 that KC have got, blue side again was picked by them after KOI.
They left the Azir
They got
open.
the first pick. Yep, Azir is open. Okay, with Pantheon gone, Azir an option. Gwen also something that's really powerful in the jungle right now. Powerful all round, but we know it should probably be that Azir. Locked in by Jojo. Now RKC just going to add the 1-2 of the Bard again for Busio.
Could be, well, we're expecting either Ryze or Taliyah to be the answer into it. But of course, with the Yunara left available, there's no reason not to grab that for Caliste.
Yeah.
Caliste, of course, one of the players that we're keeping our eyes on. I think it's fair to say that when you think about how the year ended, Supa definitely got the better of Caliste, naturally representing LEC at the World Championship. But Canna, a player that we all have our eyes on, I felt like he was comfortably the best top laner in the league until we made it to Madrid and Oscar Rinnan just made fun of him.
True.
Getting his hands on one of his comfort picks though, the Rumble, leaning more towards that team fighting angle. Let's see if they pair it with the jungler now, or if instead they want to lock in that AD carry.
Question to be answered. There's the Sin Zhao. Okay. So pairing complete. Now it's just for MKOI. How do they match this in terms of jungle? We've got things like the Jarvan open. And we've got Vi's openers available as well. What's the best partnership with Azir these days?
That's a great question.
I think it was Sejuani.
I mean, I feel like that they would just take their AD carry now.
Yeah.
Because if you already have the very well-rounded Azir, you just want to pair that up with some relatively safe scaling. You could get yourself, maybe blind picking the Bard is a little bit risky.
Yeah.
Question is, do they want to? Nope, never mind. Okay, it's
Take it. Smart. I mean, that's smart. You're right. Blind pick risk versus giving KC that ability to roam and play around this skirmishing comp that's already starting to be built. You know, you talk about one of the matchups that could be taken into Azir. If I saw a Bard alongside this comp, that would be scary. KC, though, the components are still there. It looks like the Taliyah is being well thought about here with the Xin Zhao. There are some strong solo lanes, some strong early game that KC are drafting.
Now I think KOI probably want to remove things like the Nautilus, maybe even a Blitzcrank ban. Depends how worried they are of these hook champions into the Bards. Of course, we have no idea what AD carry KC is thinking about right now.
Yeah.
Ezreal is something that we saw from Caliste yesterday, but you want something that can really fight against the Yunara. Remember that she is quite the duelist. We saw some of the damage that she was able to put out in the previous game from Han Sama.
Corki hasn't really been that successful in doing anything to her.
Corki is usually the go-to, though.
Yeah. What does Caliste think? I mean, Caliste showed us an Ezreal game yesterday. And as Nautilus gets banned away, we're starting to get rid of some of the engages from the other side against KC. Alternatively, KC are focused on making sure that that top lane can't be mitigated into the Rumble matchup, giving Canna the best chance to overwhelm and dominate.
I wonder if they think about something like Sion. You've got to remember, Myrwn. it's Myrwn.
He can play
So,
anything.
yeah.
He played Varus in this matchup. It's not available, of course, but like that's the capabilities of this top laner.
But also,
of MKOI.
Aurora is something he considered. He's brought it out a couple times in this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if he had something special as well. The camera's looking at him. He's leaning forward. That makes me nervous. Like, is it something generic, like a Sion? Is it something just tanky, safe, to try and deal with the Rumble later on, play more for the team? Of course, right now, KOI, the only real engage they have is throwing out a Tempered Fate and then having something to follow up. Yeah. So they need either a little bit more engage or they need some more follow-up to come through from that top side. Pantheon could be a possibility.
It just banned away though, Vedi, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly,
Karma
you're right.
Gets locked in. Okay, Ezreal again on the cards. Like he played this yesterday. It does seem like it, yeah. Strong 2v2 and really matches out what the Bard can do with his own range. You said generic top lane, potentially for Myrwn. I think that might be on the cards as well. This is like a front to back from MKOI if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, absolutely.
How simple they're making this comp.
Because then you could do Sion Jarvan, you could do Sion Wukong, you could do, yeah, Sion Jarvan. That's completely fine. So they just wanted easier ways to start fights. I mean, KOI's comp is very straightforward, right? There's not much to break down here. They have a good front line, good scaling back line. KC now needs to round out their composition. They just, I mean, they've already got a lot of damage. How do they want to round out their AD carry?
Are they just drafting 3 winning lanes, Vedi? Like, is that KC's plan as they lock in the Caitlyn?
Does seem like it.
That's a winning bot.
They do have push pretty much across the board. Caitlyn is a champion that we've already been seeing some of the new items on. She is a very dominant laner.
I mean, if I look at this draft, I see that MKOI have to rely on Elyoya to get them through the early game, right? How important jungle is on something like a Jarvan to counter gank Yike, who's going to have a lot of free access to the potential dives in bot, to the setup that comes from these solo lanes. Early objectives seem hard, Betty. Am I walking down a path that you're agreeing on? Like, this to me seems like for MKOI, they're really hoping they can get through the early landing phase and scale out of them.
So if you just kind of remove the nameplates and you just look at the comps, I would say that KC's comp is objectively harder to execute.
Okay,
specifically because they don't have an easy, I want to start a fight button.
Yep.
Right? And if we also think about, let's say KOI is set up around a dragon, who face checked on this roster?
Yeah, good
point.
It
kind of has to be Yike, right? Because then he kind of uses the ultimate, he can disengage. But with the Karma, you have good... The thing about KC's composition is it's got a ton of range, it's got a lot of disengage, it's got a huge amount of utility, it's got multiple ways to play the game, which is why I'd say it has a higher burden of execution, whereas KOI's composition is as long as the DPS is hitting whoever's in front of them and they have tanks to help protect them, they're going to be doing damage.
Okay, I like it. It's simple, but let's see if KC can pull the execution out and keep that trainer running like it was last year. Never had MKOI pulled up a win against them in the regular season. Now the question is, are they going to start now? Quick side note, one relationship we've got to mention, Vedi, is Reaper versus Jojo. The old combination in Cloud9. We're getting a lot of, you know, combinations from the LEC today. Sorry, when I was with Raz last and on broadcast, he said it so well. I just thought, you know, let Raz know I'm thinking of him.
Okay.
You know?
Shout out to Raz.
Shout out to Raz.
I reckon he's watching right now.
Some of the stuff I've seen in the off-season from that man on Twitter. I think that's the only shout out I should give him. You're a funny man. Anyway, Vedi, you're almost as funny, unfortunately. It's just going to take some work. Much like KC in this draft, yeah? As you said, laning phase, well,
I mean, we got to go back to a thing that you mentioned earlier, right? We talked about this burden of execution, but that was kind of with the nameplates off, and that was kind of especially around team fights, but you hit the nail on the head, pushing lanes, okay? Like, that is what KC have. This bot lane from KC has so much control in the 2 versus 2. It is screaming for jungle intervention from both sides. Mid lane as well. Look at Kyeahoo. He's already got the push. He's looking to try and put Jojo underneath this tower. On the top side of the map, Sion is getting a bit of early push, but I mean, the fact that KC have very clear advantages in these lanes. Caliste getting some nice damage. No level 2 yet secured. Boy, just very nice damage coming out from this Caitlyn. And yeah, it's an impressive lane, this Caitlyn Karma.
You can see as well, Yike knows exactly where he's going, pathing towards the bot side of the map right now. A little bit behind
it. Onto the wolves as well.
Elyoya's a bit quicker, yeah. So it is all about this bottom lane. See what can be done here from Elyoya too. As you said, Kyeahoo getting the push, but Jojo, he's fine on mana, fine on HP. Kyeahoo's going to get a quick recall in here, and that's just it's what you can do now in League of Legends, thanks to home guards. Feels like you have so much more opportunity to go back, and it's harder to punish. So Kyeahoo gets a push. He'll use the TP this time around, but just wait till the next. Yike goes for the invade. Elyoya gets Gromp in the meantime, and Alvaro he's standing by. Flag, drag. There's some damage. Busio coming to help out. Yike's re-engage. Healing, remember, can come through as well. Elyoya flashes away onto the blast cone, but it's matched. Yike, what a beautiful flash to engage the first blood. Over to Bussin as Kyeahoo looks to the flick back. Onto Jojo, I believe he's already used it here. Jojo gets to half HP, but Kyeahoo just initiated the return.
I mean, an ambitious contest from Elyoya. He commits the EQ combo, expecting to be able to win out on this trade. But not only is Busio there quick, it's the fact that Kyeahoo can collapse first. There's no intervention from Jojo. He is still being pushed underneath this tower. He cannot offer that support. He did not have the opportunity to base yet. And it means that KC already picking up first blood.
They got 1,000 gold in the league, just naturally from the lanes.
It's all blue at the bottom of your screen. Busio with a 400 gold lead, thanks to that first blood that he was able to pick up.
Kyeahoo just going up against recurve Bo Azir. Now, in favor for now. Remember, again, Jojo did initiate his back off, so there's no TP, but again, it's just about those wave states to see how it can be punished as Elyoya is heading up towards the top side. Flick back, Jojo, nice sidestep, or at least step forward. Ooh, that was near death here. As the wave gets pushed in. Kyeahoo just stepping up, trying to get a quick push again as well. It's all about these lanes once more. KC playing well through bot again, as you expect.
Oh my goodness, already a 10 CS gap between the two AD carries. They're keeping this pressure up. And the thing is, when your Jarvan dies, and you know he started topside, the game plan becomes very easy for Caitlyn.
True.
You're just like, well, your jungle is dead, so he ain't ganking me now. And he's going back to topside to clear his camp, so he's not ganking me anytime soon either. So I'm just going to keep hitting away at these tower plates. I'm going to keep doing what I can. Already picks up the Zerka's Greaves. And I'm very curious as to whether or not we'll see Hex Optics.
Oh yeah, the extra range.
Yeah. Because you do more damage based on the distance between you and the enemy.
Yeah.
And then also if you get that kill, you get very long range.
100 bonus attack range for 6 seconds.
And I saw a very cool interaction.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's supposed to happen, but Sneaky did it. Right?
Okay.
Where basically what happened was someone walked on his trap. He then killed that person with the Caitlyn Q.
Yeah.
But because he got a kill, he got the extended range from his Hex Optics, which then combined with the extended range he was supposed to get from someone stepping on his trap. And so he had a range of like 1,500.
Oh my God. that doesn't sound right. Like, is that meant to happen? I don't know.
Yeah, obviously it's like a very specific and niche situation.
But still, it's enough to warrant concern, you know? Things like that as Supa walks away from that said trap, and Yike playing off that bot lane yet again. He's just going to start up this dragon. And note, because of the invade, because of the stolen blue, Elyoya is behind about a camp now. With this objective being started up, Elyoya has to find something in the top lane. Canna flashing away from the decimating smash. Also spotted out is Elyoya, so this is absolutely safe, as Yike now knows. And we'll look towards respawns in this bottom camp, see if there's anything up and available for him to steal, but dragon goes down regardless. Another win for KC.
Okay, looks like level 6 now secured. Ulti onto Kyeahoo.
Sends him into the Jarvan. Okay, Kyeahoo's going to flick back. He's got the help of Yike, who now comes in as well, but no death yet. Onto Jojopyun, the knockup is beautiful. The timing great from Yike. All they need is the wind. But Jojo gets out of there like lightning. A good flash saves his life.
Very nice flash from Jojo to get away to safety. Kyeahoo wanted to secure that kill, but he wasn't quite able to connect the Q. Busio already making his way up to mid. Alvaro not that far away either. But this was supposed to be a winning play for KOI. They thought that, hey, we can get the flash out from Kyeahoo. We can then repeat gank with the Jarvan. But they don't even burn his flash. Kyeahoo burnt, well, he does burn it, but he burns it in a pursuit of trying to get a kill for himself. Yike played that so masterfully, connecting the ultimate just as the Jarvan EQ is coming through to interrupt it and keep that space between Elyoya and Jojo. Ultimately, though, no kill ends up dropping. KC will hold on to the gold lead, largely being driven, well, I guess from everyone. Everyone's got a small advantage across the board.
Really do. 10 top, small jungle lead of Battle for Camp, again, stolen. Mid is going to get the push in here, but home guards, thankfully, come in clutch, and I think Jojo will only lose a minion there. You can see Supa as well, by the way, speaking of home guard. Like, he didn't miss Cannon. Back in the day, you'd lose Cannon, probably a minion, like, he carries eating good as well. There's Canna's damage. If you want to speak about good right now, it's feeling pretty good against Myrwn. It's full decimating smash in return, but Canna's got the push once more. He's got Tri-Brush Ward. Elyoya is going to look for an angle in the lane, but I think he's just covering.
At the very least, KOI's bot lane, they've gotten out of their tower's range, which must feel nice. Unfortunately, they will be sent right back under
the turret range again. Yeah.
They had a moment of reprieve.
Nice.
Supa not doing the worst in terms of farm. Obviously, he's been put under a crazy amount of pressure.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's about 2.5 waves down, which is like not bad, all things considered. You really haven't had any jungle support, especially with your jungler dying pretty early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's doing the best he can. He hasn't died yet, which is the most important thing. No dive has actually come through from the side of KC. Instead, they've just been chipping away at that tower. Wouldn't be a bad idea, though, for KC to kind of stay out of range of that tower to allow those crystals to form, help them chip away at that objective a little bit more.
True. Remember, 240 seconds for the max stacks there. That's 4 minutes for those who learn to count at home. And as you said, staying away from it for the past 2.5 minutes. It's going to get to max pretty soon. So as Yike starts away the grubs, note that Elyoya was slow because, again, he was clearing bot camps. Just trying to catch up here. First objective went over to KC in that Dragon. Next one, at least 2, is going to go over to Yike. He's pulling for the time being, pulling this camp towards him. It's going to reset. That's also because Myrwn has just walked down and sacked 1 or 2 of these minions. So grubs go down regardless. And 1 left for Elyoya to pick up the scraps.
Supa.
Does it matter? Supa might have to flash immediately here. Tether's going to come through. Busio now respected. Flash burn. KC with leverage in the bot lane. Blast cone taken by Yike in the meantime. As Elyoya moves to the grub.
Yeah, Supa kind of had to flash that because if the root came through, there was... Oh!
That's ambitious. Jojo leaps in, takes the turret shot, but Kyeahoo, he got sent packing there. I wonder.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to use the ultimate. Jojo, though, did get stunned up. Good reactions from Kyeahoo.
I will say, what is developing mid, though, Vedi, is Jojo with a lead. Jojo...
Yeah, he does do that.
He's pretty good.
He just builds those leads. He's at 103 CS, 9 minutes, 50 seconds in. So he is at a very comfortable 10 CS per minute.
Yeah.
He's sticking around for another wave. And he's going to quickly melt through that before he goes back to base. I mean, Caliste not far off him, though. 101 CS himself. And a decent amount of action happening on that bot side of the Rift as well. But so far the game, in terms of the tension, seems to have slowed down. Maybe Elyoya wants to change that as he's trying to sneak his way up into the alcove. Observers showing us what can be seen by Canna right now.
And he's timing the flash so well, Vedi. Look at the timer on your screen. You can see we're just a little bit shy of that flash being off the cooldown. So Elyoya is really trying to punish it. Decimating smash avoided. Canna stepping up. Here's Elyoya, the flag drag, gets the knock up. Canna at half HP already. Myrwn needs another decimating smash, but he ulties instead. The flash has just come off cooldown. A brilliant play as Jojo flashes away from the seismic shove onto Kyeahoo as he flashes away as well. Jojo's coming close, but Yike, the clutch factor again. He's here to save his mid laner proud.
Yike, just at the right moment, helps protect his mid laner from getting solo killed by Jojo. He will be able to convert this into his second dragon for KC as well. The bot lane being put under relentless pressure from Busio and Caliste. KOI can be happy after finding a pick in the top side, but the rest of the map is going all the way of KC.
Boy, tempered fate onto Caliste. He caliber netted out of that one. And so no punishment there. Alvaro can't get too much done, and KC are going to get double dragon. But again, some kind of resilience up in the top lane. Some kind of redemption as Elyoya is now on the board.
My goodness, though. Jojo, the reason why he didn't have his flash was because he used it to flash away from the knockback that Kyeahoo was threatening with when he initially knocked Kyeahoo underneath the tower. But because he had burnt that flash early, the moment he'd committed to trying to get that kill, he was committed. There was no way of getting out. So the moment Yike arrived, he knew that the play would end in disaster. Yike was the one that picked up that kill. Gonna get that bot crab as well. We just mentioned that the dragon was secured. Supa's got to be careful here. Of course, they do have information as to where Busio is. But at Supa being denied so much farmers, the quest now completed for 3 members on the side of KC.
Crucially, it's that bot lane for Caliste. That extra gold on minions, but that extra chunk of change. You know, that 300 in his back pocket just for existing in Summoner's Rift. And it's going to be real nice here as we head towards what looks like a collector first item. Caliste is going to get this wave pushed in, maintain that 20 CS lead, or at least 15. Elyoya, meanwhile, we shift the camera towards him in the mid lane, and Kyeahoo under threat, who also burned his flash. But playing mega safe here.
Fan chants continuing to come through strong.
This is a new one. I haven't heard this one.
Yeah, this one's new for me as well.
Hey. Good song. Got back's not bad.
They're really like, they've got this on lockdown. They've got a repertoire.
You know, the only thing, I don't know any fan chants, because I'd go to an arena, I'd just start singing the Macarena.
Of course.
That's
a classic.
I think that would show my support for any team.
The only fan chant I ever knew was Bread of Heaven when I went to watch Wales play.
Bread of Heaven.
Bread of Heaven.
Is that for your football team?
No, rugby team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I went to watch Wales play in the Six Nations.
Nice.
The arena singing Bread
I think
of Heaven
we're in that, aren't we? Australia's in that.
No.
Did we disengage? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
No, they're not.
I'm pretty, Australia's in, we play rugby as Jojo's backing off. Look, here comes the rest of KC. 4 members, in fact, as well. Jojo doesn't stand a chance as Alvaro flushes away. It's KC. We're bringing the pain once more. No objective up on this bot side, but they are keeping the pace going here in this early game.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the aggression from Jojo earlier, but now it's just getting a little reckless. He's way too... was it supposed to be a pun? He overstays in the bot lane. Like, he's so deep. He stuns himself trying to go for a trade that Kyeahoo has reacted to every single time Jojo has tried to slide in. And then a quick collapse comes through from Yike and Busio, and the extra movement speed that Busio can give to his jungler to provide that quick rotation from one side of the map to the other means that there's no room for escape. Alvaro did what he could to try and protect him, but I mean, I guess he still had the ultimate available, chose not to use it. Instead, it'll be a 2k gold lead now for KC. Herald is up in 30 seconds. You can see Yike is already on that top side of the map. Elyoya is trying to cross map by getting some information on the bot side of the jungle, but Busio is reading it well.
Caliste stepping up, putting traps down. Elyoya, flag and drag, tempered fate, but is this going to help them? This gives Yike time to go into Supa as Arclight Ruin comes through. Caliste spaces him well. Cataclysm there. Yike is going to die, however. So 1 for MKOI. Alvaro's ult was a bit on the nose, but it smells good in the end for KOI.
It certainly does. I was a bit worried because as you highlighted, it felt like it just gave an opportunity for Caliste to get out of the way. He does flash away to safety, but the follow-up ult was good. If the camera's here, it feels like it must be a fight.
Well, Jojo, he's the one getting flicked about once again. Redemption coming in to help out, and I think it was more KC. Jojo gets out of the way. Turret goes down. Meanwhile, we go back towards mid for the fighting. Half HP for both AD carries, but Supa's ulti is down. Caliste is not, blocked by Alvaro. Regardless, for MKOI, anything that stagnates or holds the game at a net even is not bad. And Herald going down for Elyoya. This should be a much worse game. I
mean, you're definitely right that KOI is quite happy to just sit back and scale. The problem is the side lane pressure that KC is developing. We'll look back at this play first, though. An ICQ comes through from Elyoya, utilizing the fog of war to catch Caliste off. He then nets away to safety, forced to flash when the Cataclysm comes down, but Yike has no flash to get out of there, which means that he ends up dropping. Remember, he did use his ult to get that pick onto Jojo in the bot lane earlier as well. But the bot lane tower going down, I should say, Kyeahoo is building up a decent advantage over Jojo just because of how many times they were able to punish him for his aggression. And now he has a full level advantage over Jojo as well. Level 12 on the Taliyah, working towards that second item.
Now, I think it's worth mentioning that everything looks to be up and available outside of Ace in the hole. Flash down for Caliste as we head towards this dragon fight, and for Busio. So those summoners crucial as Herald gets summoned. MKOI want to stop the flow of dragons. Tempered Fate comes in first, and deletion onto the Karma. KC are getting threaded apart and flashing out. Elyoya is just on top of the carry. Gets 2 for the price. The one howls that as Myrwn is now chasing down. A decimating smash incoming onto Canna. Arclight flashed away from him. Yike running for the hills as well. KC in the blink of an eye just got absolutely annihilated.
Simple yet effective as Jojo looks for one more. He'll find the kill onto Yike, but obliteration as KC lose 4 members off the back of that engage. Alvaro connects the ultimate onto Caliste, and I thought that he was going to be the first target, but they melt through Busio. They then turn their attention onto the other carries, and watch this fight play out. Myrwn finds a TP flank angle.
Oh my God.
They destroy Busio. Kyeahoo and Supa are skirmishing off. The flash that makes it easy for Jarvan to clean up that fight alongside Supa. And then it's just a matter of retreating for Yike and Canna. He has to flash away to safety.
Oh my God.
I mean, they're having a bit of fun with it.
The flame.
But I mean, we talked about the ease of execution, and credit to Myrwn. I didn't actually see where he TP'd to, but that positioning was just fantastic.
Yep.
Right behind the team, a nice knockup. And again, like, sometimes the simplicity of a composition, just go forward. That's all you got to do. Hit whoever's in front of you, and you'll do damage.
The game's now in a completely different swing. Look at how red it is. Elyoya, the recovery in this game has been really commendable as well. 6 out of 6 KP, and for a guy that lost his blue buff, got caught out early, bit of a redemption arc in this game. It's led MKOI into victory, into success. Myrwn gets an honorable mention. I'm sure we can break this apart, but for now, Vedi, KC, as you said, their engaged potential is worrying in this game. You said it in draft. You talked about how side lanes could be moved into in the mid game, but with all this gold now available, with the second item on the Supa, it's starting to get stronger a little bit earlier than we expected.
But that scenario is exactly what we talked about in draft, which is the one where when KC... Oh,
Canna gonna sidestep, nut hit in like a block of wood. This guy's about to be cemented. Vedi, I don't know building supplies well, but Canna, he ain't building into anywhere as Jojo runs on him. Myrwn tanks up for now. Canna gets out. Okay, he's alive. He didn't have a flash, but and enough damage to follow up.
Myrwn held on to his Q for quite a while. I think he wanted to wait and see what direction Canna went in, and then when he finally decided to move, he ended up missing the Q. So the TP investment from Jojo doesn't get them a pick. He will stick around top lane to get themselves a plate. But the reason why I think that last dragon was important to talk about a little bit more was just because it was KOI that had position on the dragon initially. And then you could see how difficult it was for KC to actually approach. The ultimate will be used onto Caliste. He'll sidestep that one, nothing too scary for him. But they really need to leverage their disengaged tools and their range when playing against KOI. They need to try and chip away at the HP bars and leverage things like the Caitlyn trap. The fact that Kyeahoo can easily chip away your HP, maybe find a flick back to chunk someone out before the fight starts. You can't just fully commit to a straight-on 5v5 front to back, because that's the type of environment that KOI's composition is going to thrive in.
Yep. Exactly what we got last time as well. So for KC, they're splitting apart right now and looking to maintain some of this vision line, but MKOI grouped up in this 3-stack. They've set up Phaelite, they've set up the river, Baron's up, and that's why, again, controlling this here at the 20.5-minute mark is important, but Dragons will be even more important, because like for KC, when we're talking about this teamfight scenario, if they can find a pick, get that poke off that you're suggesting, it sets them up to move to Soul Point and regain control of this game. So just trying to bait in top lane in the meanwhile. Kyeahoo has got a bit of support on his back end from Busio, but Elyoya backs away. Kyeahoo will do the same. 1:20. Dragon seems to be the next play here as we head towards 2. 3 item state in some of these big carries.
KC needs the rally of their fans right now as they've lost that momentum. The goal difference isn't insurmountable, is the important thing. It's not like this game is completely over for KC by any means. They are hitting some big item spikes, of course. That Infinity Edge finished a little while ago for Caliste, but still, a big item secure. Once he gets that armor penetration complete, the LDR, he's going to have ways to get through Myrwn's HP bar. Question is, will it be too little too late at that point, as Myrwn, I mean, yeah, he's quite the force to be reckoned with on this Sion.
So easy to take. And that opens up for the potential, again, of Dragon for MKOI. Longer lane. down in that bot lane and fighting over this Phaelite for now. It'll be next wave into the move for Dragon. Pings are going up top, and KC maybe foregoing this, Betty. Yike is sticking around up here. But yeah, Elyoya is sticking a bot. TP's going to be committed. That's from Kyeahoo. And I think they're just saying, yeah, forget it, especially with that TP.
Yike's trying to set up a trap, seeing if he can catch out Jojo. But Jojo is not falling for it. Now Yike's going to be spotted and Jojo will be forced to back away. That tower is going to go down, so the cross map that you suspected will come through. And now we'll enter another lull state, really, just because there's no objectives to play for. 2-2 in Dragons. There's not really that much pressure on either side. KC's going to continue to roam around, see if they can find a pick. Maybe a straggling KOI member wandering where they shouldn't. Camp's going to be stolen. And speaking of a wandering member, Alvaro, got to be careful.
Flicked back, tries to yoink. Supa's there over the side. The smite's in. Tempered Fate is going to be used, but in response, a turn from Supa onto Caliste, but there's a bit of backup. Yeah, who sets the wall down? TP going to be burned, and MKOI commit a little bit from this. You could say KC the same with some ultis, but that teleport is now down.
Okay, so you can see that both teams are very aware that a slip-up, a fight, could result in the Baron going down. So they've got to be cautious of these engages that are coming through from both sides. But now that mid has been opened up, it's free for the taking. Good damage. Caliste should be able to secure this. Oh, but yeah, who's alone?
Here comes Jojo in. He gets stunned up midway. Has he got enough mana for the ulti? He'd have to think so, but he autos instead. Blocked by Canna! Yeah, who lives on? A magical journey taken, and Canna's going to stop overheating in his deck and start heating up. Alvaro, luckily, with the Cosmic Binding, gets away. But a good counter gank there from Canna.
A clutch outplay as Kyeahoo flashes out. Canna flashes in. Secures that kill onto Jojo and helps protect his mid laner. Actually gives Kyeahoo the experience advantage as well in the 1v1. My goodness, a very close situation that doesn't really convert into much else. No Baron was threatened there.
What's a more valuable flash? I mean, I guess Canna not having his summoner is...
I mean, Kyeahoo not having flash means that Alvaro should be using his ulti now on that Taliyah.
True.
I mean, same could be said for the Rumble. The arm guard being finished on him will allow Canna to buy a little bit more time, should he need to. But really, it looks like everyone is desperately trying to get that third item. As I say that, I look at Supa's itemization, 3 items completed. And that is one scary Supa, superstar.
On to Caliste, flashes forward. Supa, Redemption comes down, tickles him a little bit, tongues out for Caliste. Both AD carries walk away with flashes down.
He did see that graphic earlier, and he did take it personally.
Yeah.
Flashing onto Caliste, forcing out the trade of flashes. Is that both AD carries now, prime targets.
Canna has to probably walk away from this. Jojo's going to take the turret. This is it, does a lot of damage, almost 3 items himself as well. Going to deny as many minions as possible and takes it down. So, all outers are now down, Betty. Big map. Baron still stands. Dragon in 2 minutes. MKOI have been accruing these Ocean Dragons. Ace in the hole tickles Supa a little bit as well. Just for 3 items, as you already mentioned. But that LBR you wanted to see with the Giant Slayer passive back, very important to note, which is going to hurt Myrwn, is on Caliste.
A lot of magic resist being completed for Myrwn. Supa, no flash, no flash.
Okay, flash committed. Yike pulls out his own. Supa, is he caught out? Tempered Fate onto Elyoya. Stops the flag and drag, but Yike's ulti's out. Elyoya now matches well. He flashes out of his Cataclysm. MKOI started this off so messy, and Myrwn is driving by. He'll go to the supermarket and then come back to think about the fight. MKOI have used a little bit there, but it started with Supa, then Elyoya. Now those summoners are down.
I mean, a very scary situation for Supa to be in, as Yike, he was quick to collapse on that play, but so is the rest of KOI. A scary situation as Alvaro ended up temper fating his own jungler.
He did.
But then Elyoya quickly, with the ultimate, into flash to get him away to safety. It was a trade of flashes for the junglers. Barrier was used by Supa, so it's just summoner spells being expended once again. Both teams, you can see how keen and ready they are to fight, but a lot of these fights aren't always converting into game-winning fights or meaningful advantages that could maybe open up a Baron. The gold difference remains the same. Everyone returns to these side lanes, but Dragon, 45 seconds. The thing is, both teams don't really have to fight it. There's no need to just yet. We're not at that sole point. If KC want to just prioritize farming a little bit more, waiting a little bit longer. Alternatively, KOI, if they feel like they can't get good position around the objective, maybe they choose to concede it. Maybe even threaten the Baron themselves. I mean, what am I saying? This is KOI. They've got a Sion, but they want to force their way in. I mean, that's the beauty of Sion as a champion. He doesn't care about face checking.
They are thinking about that Baron call you mentioned. KC are pulling off. They say, no, forget the look at Dragon for the time being, even with 10 seconds of it being away. MKOI have cleared out vision around this Baron pit. Observers, if we could look and see what they see, the answer is nothing, of course. Baron has begun, and Azir and Supa, even though he's not there, trying to fade it in. Face check here from Yike, gets good engaged. The wall is up as well. MKOI, they're separated, but they're flicked back onto Myrwn, and he's a tank, he cares not. He's zoned out now with the equalizer down as well. MKOI, the same could be said. Bit of tickling damage too as KC walked in. Have mid-pro, but now walk out.
But this is good from KC. Look at how damage they've taken versus KOI. They want to be chipping away at these HP bars, keeping them at a distance, making that engage harder for KOI. But the TP's coming back in. Elyoya looking for a flank angle. KC will not give it to them. Myrwn, ultimates were used.
Myrwn thinking about using one himself as well, running down onto Busio. There it is, CC immune, but he misses, he whiffs. Elyoya gets a knock-up onto Kyeahoo on the side. He's separated while the Dragon goes down the flash for the Cataclysm, but down he drops. Elyoya picks up the kill, and all it costs was a couple of rocks. KC on sole point for one.
But now they can threaten the Baron. KC, they've only got 4 members. Caitlyn is their only damage. They have Canna too. His ultimate's still a ways away. Myrwn gonna act as bodyguard to keep them away from it. Yike is the one you have to be most cautious of if you're a KOI fan.
Okay, it starts off. Audacious strike already onto Myrwn. He's just in the way. A big body at 4K. The Baron's going down, but Myrwn's starting to chip down as well. Finally, it drops the flash. Jojo gets the one-man ulti. The Canna's right on him. And at full HP, he cares not. Busio gets out. Well, the threat is now Supa. Myrwn chasing down on the top of your screen as you see Busio's smashed in the head. And even though he should be dead, he's not yet. A magical journey while the back of the fight went well. Busio's caught down by an enemy bard. Ain't many times you said that. As Alvaro gets the kill, the mess is there, but 3 of KC are down.
A big team fight that cements KOI's lead in this game. They find a very important pick onto Kyeahoo. He's just trying to get a bit of chip damage. Alvaro flashes away, but Elyoya goes in. Supa is right behind his jungler, and the moment that Kyeahoo flashes, Elyoya knows the ulti. Then with the numbers advantage, they force that Baron down. Look at how much damage Myrwn is tanking up. He's trying to keep Yike out of the pit. He succeeds, and they turn it into a fight. It is Jojo that trades his life for Caliste, knowing that his team can clean up the fight once Caliste is gone. It's a worthwhile trade. And in the 3 versus 4, KOI find themselves an additional 3 kills.
Somehow did not die. Arclight comes out in the end, and that helps cement the kill. 5,000 the lead. MKOI don't have a Dragon to look at, but they do have a Baron buff that they can run down mid. It is definitely cinema. MKOI have had a couple of fantastic fights in this game, but KC keep holding on. Game's not over yet. Canna gets knocked into the air. There's an ulti coming through. A knock-up not hit by Myrwn. Weaver's wall flies across the top of our screen as well, and Kyeahoo tries to deny this way, but attempted fate. Hang on a minute. Bit of danger here, but Myrwn doesn't want to step up, scared of the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Yike is trying to find a flank, and he just dies to Supa. Big mistake from the KC jungler, opens up the map for MKOI.
He was not expecting the assassin Supa sitting in the brush, and now KOI looking for more.
It's a Cataclysm down, it might be the finishing touches. Decimating smash is beautiful. Canna's ulti though, as he gets flicked back and overheat, would be fantastic, but he gets shielded up. Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Canna needs to die. Alvaro knows, and as he goes, Golden Supa steps up and fills the gap. Canna burning down the AD carry, but he too will fall. Now through top, MKOI are looking to take it all.
Supa plays with no fear, threatening the backline off of the engage from the rest of the KOI members. 2025, KOI could not take down KC in the regular season, but in 2026, they're looking to change that story.
Yikes up in 2 seconds. The only thing I'll say is how much can he do? How much can he delay? One Nexus turret at the very least. Busio trying to buy some time as well, but Myrwn is a body he can't just beat. Decimating smash down, and Supa from afar runs into that Crescent Guard and takes him down yet again. superstar AD carry once more, finishes off with a double, and 2026 will just be a different year for the Spaniards.
Wait, Caliste.
Eventually.
He does get a bit of a revenge kill back onto Supa, but the Nexus will fall, and KOI will go 2-0 on the weekend, taking out both the top contenders.